What is going on, Legionnaires? We are back again to take a look at the top 10 comics coming out for January 9th and 10th. That's right. There's going to be 10 fantastic books dropping for New Comic Book Day that I am not missing. If you want to know what's on my list, don't go anywhere. Check this out. Shout out to Big Time Collectibles. You can find them on their website, social media, or on whatnot. Don't miss out on the awesome stuff they have going on. And if you need anything cleaner press, my homie Justin over on Instagram can hook it up. You can find his link in the description below. Let him know you found him via the channel. And as always, a huge shout out to my LCS, ABX Comics and Games right here in good old Augusta, Georgia. If you're ever in the area, be sure to stop by. And if you need a good Facebook group to join to keep up with comics and tabletop gaming, link is also in the description below. So let's get into it. This is the second New Comic Book Day of an all new year, and we are still not slam packed like we were at the end of last year, but there are some major books dropping, some really exciting stuff, some new stuff coming, and let's get into the list. We're going to kick it off with a fresh new start. If you have not jumped on the Superman bandwagon in the last year when the House of L really exploded under the very, 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 very fantastic direction of Philip Kennedy Johnson, now's a good jump on point. Philip Kennedy Johnson is wrapped up. We're hitting a completely new era for Action Comics with issue number 1061. What's different about this? Well, first off, we have a new creative team. Jason Aaron, regular writer for Marvel, has been doing some work over at DC. He's doing Batman Offworld, which is a Black Label miniseries, but now he's jumping on a main continuity title, none other than Action Comics, the flagship book for DC Comics. Now that we're past the Philip Kennedy Johnson era, they're shaking things up a bit. We're doing something called Superman Superstars, or Superman, Superstars. You can see on the top right of the book, there's a new little imprint on there. The Dawn of DC banner is gone. We have the Superman Superstars on there. And what I think we're going to be doing, it's a little unclear. This reads almost like an anthology where you have multiple writers working on a book, but they're not working on short stories in the same issue. It looks like Jason Aaron is going to be on for a little while. Down the road, we'll be getting Mark Waid and other writers working on Action. But for now, it looks like Jason Aaron is going to be bringing us his story first off, and they're bringing none other than Bizarro, which I'm looking forward to. We're also supposed to be seeing a Superman doppelganger, kind of figuring out his powers and coming after Superman, blah, blah, blah. The Bizarro thing has definitely got me intrigued. I love me some Bizarro. And on top of that, we have a Superman artist, John Timms, back in action, who you can tell from the cover is just, he's a great artist for Superman. I'm very excited for this. I'm very sad to see Philip Kennedy Johnson go, but I'm just seeing that Bizarro's here, John Timms is here. It looks like we're going in a good direction. Superman's been held in high regard at DC the past couple of years. They really brought him back to the forefront, so hopefully it keeps flying high. Next up, I know this is on everybody's list, but it's Dana Warren Johnson is here with Transformers issue number 4. He's only drawing the first 6 issues. He'll continue writing it, from what I understand, but we're going to see the Decepticons waging an all-out attack on the already weakened Autobots. We just saw one of the humans that we've been following closely seemingly die in the last issue. Optimus taken back to the Ark, stating that he's not going to allow him to die. We're going to see what happens. It's promising that Optimus is going to have to kind of tap into and figure out the true power of the matrix of leadership inside of himself. Dude, this has been a blast of a series. That last issue with issue 3, I think, was the best one, getting past the shock and awe and excitement of having this brand new Transformers run start with issue 1. Issue 3 was crazy cool. Cliffjumper had numerous moments to shine. Starscream is fierce. The action is huge. Man, I can't speak highly enough about this book. If you've never tried out Transformers, go get this book. We're only on issue 4. It's not too late. And on top of that, this is kind of the title that's like really like what I feel is like the backbone of the Energon universe. Transformers probably the most popular IP about the Energon universe, so they'll probably be the most care and consideration going into this one. We just started the second one with Duke a week or 2 ago, which was exceptional as well. Joshua Williamson's writing that one. So the Energon universe is alive and well. If you're not familiar, Image Comics now owns the rights to put out Transformers and G.I. Joe comics. So they're connecting the two. And we have Transformers, a Duke miniseries, and a Cobra Commander miniseries coming. So it'll be those 3 titles that kind of interweave with each other. And I'm intentionally not getting into Void Rivals as that's on hiatus right now. But yo, this has just been a blast. Cannot wait to dive into the next issue. Next up, here we go. An issue number 7. In recent times, I've learned that issue number 7s are like home run issues at DC, since they kind of did the little Dawn of DC era and did a lot of number ones across the board. They kind of been 6-issue story arcs, and 7 really kind of just catapult the title into the next realm there. Hopefully we're going to see the same thing with Green Lantern number 7. So this is a no-brainer right here. What's his name? Jeremy Adams is writing it. Phenomenal writer. And what we've seen so far in 6 issues is Hal is stuck on Earth. He's quarantined there. The United Planets will not allow him to operate outside of his sector, and he's not even supposed to be operating inside of his sector, having just finished off a massive fight against Sinestro, who manifested a red ring out of just pure rage. We're going to see where it goes from here. We're promising that one of the characters pictured on the cover will die. Funny enough, you have Sinestro, Hal Jordan, and Kilowog pictured on the cover. There's a massive twist at the end of issue 6. We've seen Hal hanging out at his house out in the boondocks with none other than his buddy Kilowog throughout the first 6 issues. He's visited by a stranger who has never appeared in comics before, only in the Green Lantern animated show, who says something about Hal hanging out with a dead friend of his. Insinuating Kilowog's already dead. So who knows what's going on? There's so much mystery. The United Planets is supposed to be addressing the fact that he's illegally using his ring inside of a quarantine zone, and maybe we'll start unraveling some of the mysteries and getting some answers to the numerous questions we have with Hal Jordan. He's been gone a long time. Jeremy Adams is weaving a great story here. Every issue you're just waiting for more info, and it's filled with action. Just good stuff. Check it out. Coming in at number 4, Titans Beast World continues to rock and roll. This series dude, I was ready to write it off. Not even gonna lie. I was ready to write this one off for being too goofy, knocking it out of the park. We got Tom Taylor writing it, Ivan Reis on the art. In this issue, Amanda Waller is supposed to be enacting her contingency plan. We found out that she wasn't necessarily fully behind, or at least we haven't found out she was fully behind the attack of the Necro Star, which kind of spawned this entire event happening where Beast Boy turns into a Starro figure to fight the Necro Star, losing his mind in the process and infecting the world with Starro spores that turn them into animals. Amanda Waller wanted it to happen. She's happy with it happening. Now the world sees all the heroes that are infected the way she sees them, as monsters, as beasts, needing eradication. We're supposed to be seeing her contingency plan to shut them down now. She's been given full permission by the powers that be, pretty much her slate white clean. She always has an ace up her sleeve. She gets her way whether people want her to or not. She was blacklisted by the government last year, and now she's back. It looks like she's forced her way in, and she's coming for the heroes in this issue. She's going to unleash her plan, and it's going to be up to the beasts to stop her in this one. We'll see if it happens. I highly doubt anyone is capable of stopping Amanda Waller. You might change her plans, but there is no stopping Amanda Waller. She is the truest form of a villain ever. Like, she is just such a great character. If you don't know about Amanda Waller, find out about Amanda Waller. This is just great stuff, and it's all leading to a brand new Suicide Squad next year, which I'm super excited about. Didn't even think about it. Peacemaker's on the cover. Boom. Give Peace a chance, guys. Number 5 on the list, we're going back to the Golden Age with Wesley Dodd's Sandman, issue number 4. In the last issue, we had a battle with the character called the Fog, the one who broke into his house, stole his research, and donned a uniform like himself, but using killer gases instead of sleeping gas. In the process of the fight, Wesley Dodds inhaled some of his own sleeping gas, and in this issue, we'll be going through his nightmare that is enacted by his own sleeping gas. So it's probably going to be a trippy trip through his psychosis, or whatever you want to call it, where he'll be fighting the Fog and his own demons and his past and his potential future. The same old tropes, but they're definitely super fun. This series has been awesome. Robert Vedetti's been writing it, and he is crushing it with the time era placement, with Rosema on the art. It kind of just works perfectly. I'm not a huge Riley Rosema fan, but nailing it on this one. Art matches the story perfectly. I'm all in on this. I'm still waiting to find out. Like, it actually has me excited. The mystery of who is it that is the Fog? You're kind of watching every character that he's interacting with, wondering which one it's going to be. And we got a glimpse of the person's face in the last issue, but it was so much so that we saw it, but not enough that we could make out who it was. I even went back and played Who's Who, but couldn't solve it. Hopefully, we'll be able to solve it in this one, as this is only billed for a 6-issue miniseries. Can't wait to see where it goes. And next up on the list at number 6, if you saw Rebel Moon on Netflix, you might have loved it, you might have hated it. I enjoyed it thoroughly. I do know that it was a compressed version of the film. The full length of the film, the director's cut, will be coming out later, but I got a taste of the universe of Rebel Moon, and I want more, and I knew this was coming, and I'm excited for it. We have a prequel comic for that show, and specifically focusing on the Blood Axe family. We were introduced to them in this film, but where do they come from? Why are they leaders of the rebellion? We'll find out in this miniseries right here. I'm not sure how many issues it's going to be, or how long it's going to go for, or if there'll be more spinoffs. Don't know. I'm definitely getting it, definitely diving in. All in on the Rebel Moon stuff, guys. If you want to keep up with that, you can do it right here on this channel, because I'll definitely be keeping up with it. Next up, and normally I'm very nervous to even mention this book right here, X-O Manowar Unconquered, issue number 5. As you know, number 4 was on my list for months and months and months while we were waiting it to go on break. Valiant went under. They got bought out by Alien Publishing. Their books are releasing again. And if you follow me on IG, you know that number 4 did release a couple of weeks ago, and it was fantastic. Getting back into the series, amazing. Liam Sharp's art is beautiful. Becky Cloonan's doing a great job writing this story. So good, so good. Number 5 is slated to come out January 10th. We find our titular character here, Exo, fighting the Roman Humanist army, and he's trying to shut them down before they can enslave more populations and destroy more things across the universe, all the while they're trying to take his armor from him, as in so many Exo stories, so that they have an ultimate power, blah, blah, blah. It's amazing. It is amazing. January 10th, they promised it in this book right here, the last issue. They're actually putting release dates in the back of their issues now. So we will see. We will see if they hold to it under this new publisher. Hopefully it will. We got half the series under Valiant. Now we'll get the other half under Alien. Dude, they're about to collect it all as well. You can get the first half in a collected 3-issue volume that came out when issue 4 came out. So if you haven't checked this out, dude, it's worth it for the art alone. I can't stress that enough. So that's it for my pool list. As you know, that is only 7. Oh, wait, one more. Can't forget Ultimate Spider-Man number 1. So I don't pick up a lot of Marvel stuff because I don't enjoy what they've done with Marvel characters in the last handful of years. I love Marvel characters to death. It is so hard to find Marvel books to keep on my pool list. It just breaks my heart. Ghost Rider, Hulk, Punisher, those tend to make it on there. I'm not a Fairweather Hulk fan. I'll never not pick up Hulk, never not pick up Ghost Rider kind of thing. But Spider-Man, like, I love Spider-Man to death. And the modern Spider-Man comics are just trash. There ain't no way around it. I'm sorry if you feel differently. You're entitled to. Marvel is addressing it. They won't give us the Spider-Man story that we want. As fans of Spider-Man, you either pick up the books and don't read them, you pick them up and you're sad about them, and Marvel won't change a thing. So how do they fix it? They bring back Ultimate Spider-Man. They give Peter a family. They give him Mary Jane, and we're going to see what happens with it following the events of the new Ultimate Invasion. Spider-Man's back, and we're going to keep up with him. This isn't the only Ultimate storyline that they're doing. They're kind of bringing the Ultimate Universe back and all that. I might go back and read that Ultimate Invasion. I didn't hear amazing things about it. I heard different things from different people, but I might just go read it, just get a little context before this one. But I'm very excited for this. I'm very excited to hopefully have a Spider-Man title that stays on my pool list that I'm excited about reading and I enjoy every month. So we'll see where it goes. We absolutely will see where it goes. So that's 8 books on my pool list. I do have a cover I want to pull up for one of the last 2, and that's this variant for Sandman by Jeff Lemire. Gorgeous. So if you know, I do a live stream every Tuesday at 2 p.m. where I preview new DC Day and talk DC and stuff. I always do a giveaway during that show. This one will probably be one of the giveaways on there for sure. And lastly, this Rebel Moon blank right here. I definitely am considering picking up one of these. If it's just on the shelf, I'll most definitely grab it. It's fun to get like artists to do like covers and stuff like that. And this one, I would love to get one of the android from the movie Jimmy on that. That would be amazing. So that's the top 10 that I have on my list. Leave me a comment. Let me know what your top 10 list is. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate each and every one of you. If you want to consider subscribing or supporting the channel even farther, check out the merch store down below or hit that join button, become a channel member. And until next time, as always, I'm Mark, but we are Legion.